All right, let's talk about the movie that changed everything, 2012's The Avengers. This wasn't just another superhero flick, it was a massive gamble. How do you take a bunch of gods, super soldiers, and billionaires with massive egos and make them a team? We're going to break down exactly how they pulled it off and, in the process, reshaped Hollywood forever. So here's how we're going to break it down. We'll kick things off with Loki's big, dramatic entrance. Then we'll see the chaotic scramble to get Earth's mightiest heroes in one room. After that, things get tense on the helicarrier, where the team basically implodes. Of course, we'll cover the huge battle for Earth, and we'll wrap up with what happens after the dust settles and the reveal of an even bigger threat on the horizon. Okay, so our story actually starts out in the dead of space. You've got this creepy figure called the Other making a deal with none other than Loki, Thor's troublemaking brother. The bargain is pretty straightforward, but also terrifying. Loki gets a whole alien army, the Chitauri, to go conquer Earth. All he has to do in return, bring back a super powerful artifact they've got stashed away. And that powerful artifact? It's the Tesseract. You know, this glowing blue cube just packed with unlimited energy. S.H.I.E.L.D's been poking and prodding it, trying to figure it out, but now it's waking up. It's pulsing with energy they can't control, and Nick Fury gets this sinking feeling. This thing isn't just a battery, it's a door. And yep, you guessed it, that door rips right open. A shimmering portal appears, and out steps Loki himself, holding this wicked-looking scepter his new boss gave him. He is not here to talk. He's here to make an entrance and kick off an invasion. And his first move is just devastatingly quick. One touch from his scepter, and boom, he brainwashes two of S.H.I.E.L.D's top people. Hawkeye, the world's best archer, and Dr. Selvig, this genius scientist. So now, with the Tesseract in his hands and two new puppets on his side, he literally brings the whole secret base down on top of everyone and just vanishes into the chaos. But see, this isn't just mindless destruction. Oh no, Loki has a very specific step-by-step plan. Step 1, he needs some iridium. It's the only thing that can stabilize the Tesseract's crazy energy. Step 2, he's gonna make poor Dr. Selvig build him a portal machine. And for the grand finale, he needs a ton of power to rip a hole in the universe. And he knows exactly where to get it, right from the top of Stark Tower. So Nick Fury is in a really bad spot. The Tesseract is gone, two of his best people are now working for the enemy. He knows regular soldiers aren't gonna cut it. He's out of options. So he makes the one call he hoped he'd never have to make. He activates the Avengers initiative. And just like that, the team starts coming together. You've got Captain America, the soldier from the 40s, pulled back into the fight. Black Widow gets sent to track down the, let's say, unpredictable Dr. Bruce Banner. And of course, they gotta somehow convince Tony Stark to play with others. Amazingly, their first mission works. They find Loki in Germany and actually capture him. But yeah, catching him, that was the easy part. Right when they think they've got Loki locked down, the sky literally splits open with lightning, and bam, it's Thor. He just rips his brother right out of their jet, insisting this is family business. And this is where we get the team's first real fight. And it's not against Loki, it's Iron Man versus Thor versus Captain America, all duking it out in the middle of a forest. It's awesome. So they finally get Loki locked up in a fancy glass cage on the helicarrier, but that's when the real problem surfaces. You've got all these massive personalities, all with their own egos, their own baggage, their own secrets, stuck together in one flying fortress. I mean, it is a total powder keg just waiting for someone to light the fuse. And right at the heart of all that tension, you've got Captain America and Iron Man. You got Steve Rogers, the ultimate team player, the soldier who's all about duty and sacrifice. And then you have Tony Stark, the brilliant loner who thinks he's the only one smart enough to solve the problem. Their whole worldviews are just completely at odds. And that argument is the real ticking bomb on the helicarrier. And of course, Tony Stark can't help himself. He starts digging. He hacks into S.H.I.E.L.D's secret files and finds out what Nick Fury's really been up to. Turns out, they weren't just making clean energy with the Tesseract. Nope. They were building weapons, terrifying, world-ending weapons. And finding this out just completely shatters whatever tiny bit of trust this team had managed to build. And this is exactly what Loki wanted. While the heroes are all screaming at each other, his inside man, Hawkeye, leads a full-on attack on the helicarrier. An engine blows, the whole ship starts to fall, and all that chaos is what finally pushes Bruce Banner over the edge. The Hulk is unleashed. And while everyone's distracted, Loki just walks out of his cell, kills Agent Coulson in cold blood, and escapes. It was all a setup. The whole thing was his plan. Look, Loki absolutely won that round. He played them like a fiddle and tore them apart from the inside. But he made one huge mistake. He killed Phil Coulson, and in doing so, he gave this broken, dysfunctional group something to rally around. Fury uses Coulson's death to give them a reason to fight together, not just as individuals, but as the Avengers. But the big question is it too late? Loki's free. He's on top of Stark Tower, ready to kick off his endgame. And as this horrifying blue portal starts to tear open the sky over Manhattan, well, this broken team doesn't really have a choice anymore. It's time to stand and fight, or watch the world end. And just like that, Loki's plan goes off without a hitch. Dr. Selvig's machine fires up, punches a hole right through space-time, and a portal opens. And through that portal comes an absolute nightmare, an endless stream of Chitauri soldiers on these flying sleds and these massive armored space whale monsters called Leviathans. Instantly, New York City becomes a war zone. The Avengers are getting completely swamped. It looks hopeless. And then Bruce Banner shows up on a little scooter. Cap tells him now might be a good time for you to get angry, and Banner says what might be the coolest line in the whole movie. That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry. And it hits you. He's not fighting the Hulk anymore. He's controlling it. Then he turns, transforms, and stops one of those giant Leviathans with one punch. Just incredible. And that is the moment, right there. For the very first time, they're not just 6 superheroes. They're a team. You see Captain America calling the shots, Iron Man owning the sky, Thor bringing the lightning, Hulk doing what he does best, and Hawkeye and Black Widow holding the line on the streets. This is what it was all about. They finally became the Avengers. But here's the thing. Even as a team, they're just barely holding on. The aliens just keep coming. There's no end in sight. They realize the only way to win this is to shut that portal for good. And that's going to require a desperate, crazy play that could change everything. Meanwhile, the guys in charge, the World Security Council, they panic. They see only one solution: nuke Manhattan. Just wipe it off the map. Fury is furious, but he can't stop it. So Iron Man does. He grabbed the missile. And in this incredible moment, the guy who's all about himself makes the ultimate sacrifice. He flies that nuke right up, straight through the portal, aiming for the heart of the enemy fleet. It's a direct hit. The Chitauri mothership blows up in this giant, silent explosion. And back on Earth, the entire alien army just drops, like puppets with their strings cut. But Stark's suit is fried. He's just falling, lifeless, back toward the portal, which Black Widow is closing right now. It's unbelievably tense. But at the very last second, he tumbles through, and the Hulk catches him. He's alive. They did it. The battle is over. And you know that massive win on screen? It was a massive win in the real world, too. The movie made over $1.5 billion. It was a total game changer. That wild idea of having all these different movies connect into one big story, this proved it could work, and it basically set the stage for the next decade of blockbuster films. So, when the dust settles, the world is safe, but it's a completely different world now. Loki gets hauled back to Asgard, the Tesseract is locked away somewhere safe, and the Avengers all go their separate ways, for now. But the big thing, the thing that changes everything, is that humanity now knows, 100%, that we are not alone. And not everyone out there is friendly. But wait, because the story doesn't really end there. In that classic post-credit scene, we're back in deep space. The other is reporting his failure to a mysterious figure in a big chair. He says that taking on the humans is to court death. And then the figure turns, and he smiles. And we see this giant, purple, armored warlord. His name is Thanos. And in that moment, you realize Loki wasn't the main boss. He was just a pawn. The invasion of New York? That wasn't the end. It was just the beginning.